You know that feeling when cold season hits and suddenly everyone around you is sniffling, coughing, or calling in sick? What if I told you your spice rack could be your secret weapon against all of that? Not pills, not expensive supplements, just everyday spices you probably already have. But here's the twist. Most people are using them wrong. 1. The immunity myth you've been sold. We've been conditioned to think immunity comes from a bottle, vitamin C gummies, zinc lozenges, the latest trendy superfood powder. But the truth is, nature packed some of the most powerful immune-boosting compounds into ordinary spices. The problem? We treat them like flavor accents instead of medicine. A pinch here, a sprinkle there. It's not enough to move the needle. Think about the last time you felt that scratchy throat coming on. You probably reached for orange juice or emergency, right? Here's the uncomfortable truth. Those vitamin C megadoses you're taking get peed out within hours. Meanwhile, the piperine in black pepper enhances nutrient absorption for hours, meaning that golden milk latte with turmeric and pepper you had this morning is still working in your system right now. The pharmaceutical industry does not want you to know this. But a 2022 study in the Journal of Nutritional Science found that certain spice combinations were just as effective as OTC cold remedies at preventing symptoms, with zero side effects. 2. Why your turmeric is not working. You've probably heard turmeric is anti-inflammatory. Maybe you even add it to your smoothies. But here's what no one tells you. Without black pepper, your body absorbs almost none of its active compound, curcumin. It's like buying a sports car and never taking it out of first gear. The real magic happens when you pair them, and that's just the beginning. Let me show you exactly what you're missing. When you consume turmeric alone, only about 5% of the curcumin gets absorbed. At just 1/8 teaspoon of black pepper, absorption skyrockets to 95%. This is not some hippie wisdom, it's pharmacokinetics. The piperine in pepper temporarily slows liver metabolism, giving your body more time to utilize the curcumin. And here's the kicker. Most store-bought turmeric lattes and supplements do not contain enough pepper to make a difference. You're better off making your own blend with a 4-to-1 ratio of turmeric to freshly ground black pepper. 3. The ancient blend that outshines modern medicine, centuries before labs and clinical trials. Ayurvedic healers were combining spices in ways science is only now validating. Take this trio, cinnamon, cardamom, and ginger. Together, they do not just fight inflammation. They stimulate white blood cell production better than any single spice alone. The best part? It tastes like dessert. Modern research is finally catching up to what Indian grandmothers have known for centuries. A 2023 study in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology found that cinnamon cardamom ginger tea drinkers had 23% higher levels of natural killer cells after just 2 weeks compared to a control group. These are not just any immune cells. They're your body's special forces that hunt down viruses and cancerous cells. The synergy happens because cinnamon regulates blood sugar, preventing immune crashes, cardamom detoxifies at the cellular level, and ginger acts as a natural fever stimulant, teaching your body to fight smarter. 4. The kitchen mistake that destroys spice benefits. That jar of pre-ground cinnamon sitting in your cabinet for months? It's practically inert. Heat, light, and air degrade the active compounds and spices faster than you'd think. Whole spices stored properly can retain potency for years, but once ground, you've got about 6 months before they're just fragrant dust. Here's a test. Open your spice cabinet right now and smell your ground cumin or paprika. If it does not make you sneeze from potency, it's already lost most of its benefits. Essential oils and spices, the compounds that give them both flavor and medicinal properties, evaporate quickly after grinding. That best by date? Meaningless. The real indicator is your nose. Whole spices like cumin seeds, cinnamon sticks, and nutmeg kernels retain their potency for years when stored in airtight containers away from light. Invest in a cheap coffee grinder dedicated to spices. Fresh grinding takes 10 seconds but multiplies benefits exponentially. 5. The immune-boosting power couple no one talks about. Garlic and honey might sound like a folk remedy, but when fermented together, they create allicin, a compound with proven antiviral properties. In one study, it cut cold duration by nearly 50%. The trick? Crush the garlic first to activate the enzymes, then let it sit in raw honey for at least 24 hours. The fermentation process is crucial. It allows the allicin in garlic to bind with honey's natural enzymes, creating a compound called allicin-L-cysteine. This powerhouse duo does not just fight viruses. It actually helps repair damaged respiratory tissue. A 2021 study in the Journal of Traditional and Complementary Medicine found that participants taking fermented garlic honey had respiratory symptoms. Resolve 2. 3 days faster than the control group. For maximum effect, use local raw honey. It contains pollen from your area that helps build resistance to seasonal allergens. 6. How to turn your morning coffee into an immunity elixir. Before you take another sip of plain black coffee, consider this. Adding just a quarter teaspoon of clove and nutmeg transforms it into a lymphatic system stimulant. These spices contain eugenol, which helps your body flush toxins naturally. Bonus, it tastes like holiday season in a mug. Clove does something remarkable in hot liquid. It releases a compound called acetyl eugenol that acts as a natural expectorant. That morning cough you've been trying to clear? This helps loosen it without harsh OTC medications. Nutmeg's secret weapon is myristicin, which stimulates serotonin production while enhancing circulation, giving you both the energy boost of coffee without the jitters. Pro tip: add these spices directly to your coffee grounds before brewing for maximum extraction. The heat pulls out more beneficial compounds than adding them afterward. 7. The surprising spice that beats vitamin C. Sumac, that tangy red powder often used in Middle Eastern cooking, contains 3 times the antioxidants of blueberries. It's also a natural antihistamine, making it perfect for seasonal allergies. Sprinkle it on roasted veggies or mix with olive oil for a salad dressing that fights inflammation while it flavors. What makes sumac truly special is its high concentration of anthocyanins, the same antioxidants found in red wine and dark berries, but without the sugar or alcohol. These compounds help stabilize mast cells, which are responsible for histamine release during allergic reactions. In Middle Eastern countries where sumac is consumed daily, asthma rates are significantly lower than in Western nations. Try making it health salt. By mixing sumac with Himalayan pink salt and black pepper, sprinkle it on eggs, avocado toast, or roasted nuts for an immunity boost at every meal. 8. Why your soup needs more bones and more spice. Bone broth gets all the attention for immunity, but without the right spices, you're missing half the benefits. Adding star anise and fennel seeds to simmering broth releases shikimic acid, the same compound used to make Tamiflu. It's like giving your immune system a preemptive strike against viruses. Star anise contains shikimic acid, the primary ingredient used to manufacture Tamiflu. But here's what drug companies do not advertise. The whole spice contains cofactors that make the active compound more bioavailable than the isolated pharmaceutical version. When simmered for at least 45 minutes, 1 star anise pod releases enough shikimic acid to potentially inhibit viral replication. Fennel seeds add another layer. Their essential oils help break up chest congestion while their fiber acts as a prebiotic for gut health. 9. The 3-minute immunity shot anyone can make. Forget expensive green juices. This works better. Blend raw ginger, a pinch of cayenne, lemon juice, and a teaspoon of manuka honey. The ginger warms your body from the inside, helping it kill pathogens, while cayenne increases circulation so nutrients reach cells faster. It's intense, but it works. The science behind this shot is fascinating. Ginger contains gingerols that raise body temperature slightly, creating an environment less hospitable to pathogens. Cayenne's capsaicin does not just make you sweat, it stimulates mucous membranes to produce more protective secretions. And that manuka honey? Its unique MgO compound has been shown in studies to be effective against even antibiotic-resistant bacteria. For maximum effect, take this shot first thing in the morning before eating. The compounds enter your bloodstream faster on an empty stomach. 10. How to build a spice first aid kit. Imagine this. Instead of reaching for over-the-counter meds at the first sign of a sore throat, you brew a tea with licorice root, sage, and thyme, all proven to coat and soothe irritated membranes. Or when stress hits, you sip tulsi, holy basil, tea instead of cortisol-spiking coffee. This is not alternative medicine, it's upgraded wellness. Now here's where most videos would end, but I want you to actually use this. Pick one blend from today and try it for a week. Then come back and tell me in the comments, did you notice a difference? Because once you experience how powerful these simple combinations are, you'll never look at your spice rack the same way again. And if you found this helpful, share it with someone who's always the first to catch every cold. They'll thank you later.